It was more honorable to say you were in a relationship even though you were not, and than for you to say you were single. So some people would even lie. Hello friend, and welcome to Crystal Corner with Juddy, where I share my personal thoughts based on biblical principles. On today's edition, we conclude our conversation on single and whole, and today we are looking at alone but not lonely. You are not lonely. You are not lonely. You got somebody to call your own. Okay, so the society has a way of telling singles that it is shameful for them to be single and alone when they get to a particular age. And that really rubbed off on me. There was a particular phase in my life where I felt so ashamed to tell people that I was single. And you just make up stories of, oh, I'm in a relationship. It felt safer to say you were in a relationship, or it was more honorable to say you were in a relationship even though you were not, and than for you to say you were single. So some people would even lie to say that they're in a relationship when they're not, or they will just hold on to a relationship that is already dead. They're still holding on to that relationship just because they don't want to come out to tell them the world, or tell people, introduce themselves to people and say, I am single and I'm not with anyone. So it was like, it's better for you to have a boyfriend or have a girlfriend than for you to say you're single. Like you don't have anybody in your life. So it was a thing of shame, And that also affects quite a number of Christians that are single. And it's amazing because I don't even know, when I think of it, I'm like, Judith, how could you? Have you forgotten who you are? The daughter of Zion. The relationship status or marital status cannot define who you are. Your definition is embedded in the identity of God. So introduce yourself and say, I'm a child of God, I'm a daughter of Zion, I'm a priestess unto the Lord, and I'm a priestess unto God Almighty. I am from a royal priesthood. I'm from a royal priesthood. I'm from a holy nation. Yes, I have my name inscribed on the palms of God. I'm beautifully and wonderfully made. Oh yes, the same power that raised Jesus Christ from the dead still resides in me. Oh yes, he said I should decree a thing. I can decree a thing and it will come to pass both in heaven and on earth. Look at overload of the things that God has given to you, and you say because you're single that you feel ashamed, you can't introduce yourself. Pick scriptures and introduce yourself. After all, your identity is in God, isn't it? So, but when the society gives you that, you begin to embrace it and you begin to make it your reality. That because you are single and without any person, that you must be a lonely person, a miserable person, a frustrated person. But that should not be your reality. That cannot be your reality as a Christian. It can never. How? Where? You don't finish assignment your papa give you. Maybe they don't say because you are single that you're lonely. You're not lonely. You know what? Now one thing is this. The Bible says we should not be anxious of anything. Through prayers and supplications we should make our requests known. Right? It is your heart desire, right? You want to get married. It is your dream, right? You probably have even received prophecies about you being married, but it hasn't come to pass. Could there be a reason why it has not come to pass? Now, sometimes we do not see all the pictures. We just see them in parts. Alright? Because the Bible says, for we know in parts, okay? So you just see them in parts, but you do not know exactly the entirety of the picture. But you know you are going to get there, just like Joseph. Joseph had dreams and he saw that I'm going to be a great person. How was he going to be great? He had no idea. But these things were coming. But for every season of his life, he just made sure he positioned himself for God to bless him. So in your waiting season, my dear, for you to get rid of that lonely tag that the society wants to give you and say, take, you are single, here's your tag, you are lonely. Tell them no. So your waiting season, this is what you're going to be doing. Commit yourself into the Lord. Get busy in the vineyard. The harvest is ripe, but the laborers are few. So get busy. You say, how am I going to get busy? You're going to, just like Moses, in the time of Moses, the Lord asked him, what is in your hand? Moses said, it's just a staff. Of course, the staff was just to control the cattle, right? Because then he was working with his father-in-law. They control the that staff will become your staff of office, become your mantle of authority. So what is in your hand, single lady, single guy? What is in your hand as a Christian? What is in your hand? What are those gifts and talents that God can use to keep you busy and to hone some other talents that are hidden or lying fallow inside of you? Bring them to use. Get involved in the things of God. Don't stand alone. Get committed in the things of God. Ask the Lord, what would you have me to do, God? Become a partner unto God. Hear Him. See, your waiting season might be a time of pruning. Don't forget that. Maybe you're not ready, you're not ripe for Him to present